A program in Thunder Bay is bringing newcomers and locals together for a good meal and a lot of learning too. Joining us now with that story from our studio at Confederation College in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Jon Thompson, who covers the northwestern part of the province for our Ontario hubs. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me back, Jan.
Now, Jon, we've talked about immigration in Northern Ontario a lot on this show, but we haven't talked about the cultural makeup of these areas. I'm curious about Thunder Bay. It's changing, right?
For generations, the primary sources of immigration to Thunder Bay have been Italy, Poland, Finland, and the Ukraine. And that has been transforming enormously over the last 10 years. What we're seeing now is a lot more people from South Asia, specifically India, Nepal, and Southeast Asia, Vietnam, coming to the city to make it home. And so as that changes, we're starting to experience changes to the culinary scene in Thunder Bay. There was the closure of the Finnish meat store that stood for a very long time in the same season where we saw 4 new Indian restaurants open in that neighborhood. And so it's really beginning to change here, Jan.
I'm curious, so your article looked at a program called the Culture Kitchen. Tell me how this program works.
Yeah, well, it took about 10 years for that change to happen with the Indo-Canadian community. What we're seeing now is Syrian refugees have opened the door to a wider Middle Eastern immigration trend, and a lot of the women who are coming to Thunder Bay already have tremendous culinary skills, but they're not accustomed to the expectations of Canadian restaurants and catering businesses, if that's what they wanted to do for food. So, for example, if you're doing working in the kitchen with your family, you might say a pinch of this and a dash of that.
Right.
There are expectations in audiences in Canada that those recipes will be blueprints, that they will be the same every single time. There are also certifications that people may not have despite having the skills to be able to have that. And so Roots to Harvest has started the system they call Culture Kitchen, and it's training Middle Eastern women in order to have them sort of lay the roots for a culinary scene that has yet to exist. It's very exciting.
You touched on it a little bit there, but I'm curious, what specifically does this train them for?
Well, in a couple of cases, graduates of that program have begun catering businesses. They've got 30 regular clients. They're doing events. And to do that, you have to have certifications in safe food handling. The health unit has to be checking out your operations, ensuring that everything is running according to the regulations that Ontario and Canada have. And so that would be something that at least the nuance would be foreign and different to newcomers to Canada.
Now, I'm curious, obviously, we're talking about food. You must have tried the food, being the great journalist that you are. You tried the Dinner Dash program. Tell me a little bit about that program itself and what was your experience?
So this is to me the real genius of Culture Kitchen is Dinner Dash, is that so as a means of helping to cover costs and getting the word out about what's happening. Every Wednesday night for 6 weeks they run this program called Dinner Dash, and so I go down there on Wednesday nights and my name is on a list, and Aya, who you'll see in the pictures, a 23-year-old interpreter for the program, is there checking off my name, giving me my food, and then there's a page that lets me know what all of those things are. And so what they're doing is they're seeding the population that already lives in Thunder Bay with experiences so that when it comes to the point this summer, Aya's family, of opening Royal Aleppo Food as a turnkey restaurant, there will already be a built-in audience of people in Thunder Bay who understand in a rudimentary way what those foods are.
Now, we're talking about the food, we're talking about the changing culinary scene, but how does this benefit Thunder Bay overall?
Well, obviously, increased multiculturalism is always an opportunity for more different ideas for a community. Specifically, how it would benefit the people who are in that program and their communities is they're talking about how they want to open storefront and have Canadians come in to try their food and enjoy it because that's what they want to contribute to this community. They feel as though that's a way that they can be understood and what they can help to give, and they want people to like it. And I think that I think there's an obvious connection that all of Thunder Bay benefits when you have that kind of cultural exchange happening.
All right, Jon Thompson, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, of course, bringing some great stories from Northwestern Ontario. That's Jon Thompson, our Northwestern Ontario Hub's journalist. Thanks again.
The Agenda with Steve Paikin is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario. CPA Ontario is a regulator, an educator, a thought leader, and an advocate. We protect the public. We advance our profession. We guide our CPAs. We are CPA Ontario. And by viewers like you. Thank you.